Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montevilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Baby Lock Jubilant. In this video, I'm going to show you how to thread your machine and wind your bobbin. So to start off with, when you go to unthread your machine, cut the thread up here by the spool and pull the excess out at the needle. That's so that the thread is always going towards the needle, not backwards through your machine. If you pull it backwards, you could cause lint to build up in the tension disc. So remember, snip, pull out the excess down here. To take out your bobbin, push this little button to the side, take off the cover, and take your bobbin out like that. Now, I'm going to show you how to wind the bobbin first. So when you put your spool of thread on your machine, have the thread coming from underneath like this. Put this guy up here like that. Put the spool cap on. That's going to keep your spool from sliding off the end of the horizontal spool pin. I usually like to back it off a little bit just so that this cross-wound spool of thread can spin a little bit. Oftentimes I've noticed especially when they start running out of thread, they like to spin a little bit. So I like to give it a little bit of room. So only maybe a ½ millimeter, just enough to allow it to spin. Okay, for bobbin winding, we're going to follow the dotted line path. So we start out under here like this, go under that piece there, and then around in front of that hook and under this spring-loaded disc right there. That spring-loaded disc is going to give a little bit of tension on the thread to help the bobbin wind nice and smoothly. Take one of the bobbins that you have in your pack. You can also use class 15 bobbins, which are these plastic bobbins. They're the same on both sides, and they're this size and shape. You don't want to use bobbins that are a different size or shape or metal ones. You want to only use the kind that come with your machine, the plastic class 15. So what I did is I put the thread through the side of the bobbin, through that little hole from inside to outside, and I have a thread tail that I have pointing upwards. Put that firmly on there and push your bobbin spindle to the right. That turns on the bobbin winding part of your machine. Now, if you don't have your foot control plugged in, you can use your start-stop, but if you do have it plugged in, hang onto that tail and press on your foot control. Now, I like to hang on to that until it's made several layers, because what that does is it locks the end of the thread so that now it's not going to come loose. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this little thread tail after I've made those several layers and keep going. Now, I can make it go faster by putting, I've got it, my foot all the way pushed down, or if I want to just go really slow. Sometimes with your specialty threads, you might want to have this winding a little bit slower. That's because it's going to build up a little bit of heat there with your specialty threads. So you can adjust that either by not pushing as hard on the foot control or just having your speed slider down a little bit lower. Now, once this fills up, the thread is going to push against this little stopper, which will push this back and stop it from winding. You'll still hear the motor going, but that's okay. It will not overwind your bobbin. But I only want a little bit of bobbin thread on this bobbin, so that's all I need. Pull it back, pull it off. Now you've got your little cutter things here you can use. There's little cutters right there that you can cut your thread. You can also pick up your scissors, either way. Okay, to put your bobbin into your machine, take the cover off. Now see this little picture right here? That's going to tell us how we want to have our thread. We're going to have it coming from the left-hand side, kind of looks like the letter P. So we put that down in there, bring the thread in front of this and underneath this plastic thing, and you can see there's a arrow right there. Now, if it's spinning like this, when you pull it, stop it from spinning and pull it towards the back. That's important because underneath that plastic leaf is a part of the bobbin case that needs to hang on to that thread, and you've kind of put it into the tension area of the bobbin case by hanging onto this, give it a little bit of tension. Now you can pull your thread around like this, cut it off, put your cover back on, and you're ready to go. You do not need to pull up your bobbin thread. You can if you want to, and there's a way to do that, but you don't have to pull up your bobbin thread if you can just start sewing. Okay, so for threading your machine up here, we're now going to follow the solid line. So we go under here, same thread guide, under here, same thread guide, but this time 1, 2, 3 is down here. 4 is up here. Always make sure you have your presser foot up, because when you do that, it opens the tension disc and it allows the thread to seat right into that tension disc. Now at this point, I like to hang on to my thread up here while I go around and pull it into the take-up lever. That take-up lever is hidden down in there. I want to make sure it's into the take-up lever. So that's why I hang on, give it a little bit of tension up here. So that was 4. 5 is right down here. 6 is going to be this little thread guide right here. Let me get in the way so I can thread that. I use 2 hands to get it under there, and it seems to work pretty well. Then right up into that and into number 7 right here. And that's going to hang on to it for the needle threading. Then 8 is on the side. That's your thread cutter. So go ahead and cut your thread off. Now, I find it sometimes helpful to lower your presser foot. It gives a little more tension on the thread. So when you're threading your needle, you don't have to do that. You can try it either way. But 9 is your needle threader. So we push that down firmly, let it back up, and notice it has created a loop of thread. Take my pin, grab that loop of thread, and now the needle is threaded. When you're starting to sew, make sure that you have your thread underneath the foot right there, going through the slit right there. Now, I mentioned about that you might want to have your bobbin thread up for certain sewing applications, like for gathering. Maybe you want to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to re-thread the bobbin. Hang on to it, give it a little pull, but this time I'm just going to leave it right there, that tail end. Put this under here. Now, take your top thread, because your top thread, as it makes a stitch, is going to grab the bobbin thread. Hold it up at an angle like this, go needle down, needle up, and it pulls up a loop of your bobbin thread. Now, getting my fingers close to that or using a pin to pull it up is not really necessary. All you need to do is put your thread under the foot, take the tail end of your top thread, swipe that straight back, and that catches the loop of your bobbin thread. Now you have both top and bobbin thread under the foot and ready to sew. You can cut off those excess thread tails right there, and there you go. That is threading and bobbin winding on your Baby Lock Jubilant. I hope you found this to be a helpful video, and if you have, give us a thumbs up. Also, if you have comments or questions, you can leave those in the area down below. We have lots of other videos on this machine and on other machines here on our Montevilla YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.